Welcome to episode 2 of Tiny Boat Talk, a weekly series where we showcase our private Tiny Boat Talk group members' epic builds to get a lot more inspiration, as I only have a John boat and a pond Prowler, and I only have so much creativity. There are so many phenomenal boat builders and talented people in our private group that I just want to showcase all of their builds. And if you would like to join Tiny Boat Talk, please, I recommend it. It is a private group on Facebook. I started it about a couple months ago, and we already shot up way past 4,000 members. Thank you guys so much for your support. And speaking of support, keep your thoughts and prayers and donate to all of the victims in the path of Hurricane Milton. We got so lucky up here in Panama City, but it was absolute devastation down there, especially coming off of the back of Helene. There's talks of more disturbances in the Gulf. So just please pray for all of the hurricane victims. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into this week's episode. Okay, so here is our group, and our cover photo does change every few days, every week, sometimes longer if it's a boat I really like, a build I really like. And I just like to change the image and showcase different really cool builds. And this week's is this Dolphin Pro 120. I believe I covered it in the last episode, so we're not going to talk about it too much, but what a beautiful build. I mean, seriously, trailer, raised seat, a trolling motor on the back, bow mount foot control up front. What a beautiful build. And that is the current cover photo. Tiny Boat Talk, we just, like I said, hit 4,000 members. Absolutely epic. And someone did post a funny photo here. Got tired of seeing everyone's boat pics on the weekend. Finally closed the deal on this bad boy. This picture just cracked me up. I'll have to zoom it in on your end. But look at this. Got tired of seeing everyone's boat build. It is a wheelbarrow with a seat, a push button, a fishing net, an outboard. Hey, look, they got nav lights though. First of all, they've got it strapped down. They've got the the bow-mounted red and greens up front, and the and the white light on the back. It's just dumb. I just thought it was funny. Okay, so first boat that came in that I just thought was really interesting was actually a comment in response to this post I made letting everybody know about the first episode. And you guys actually really liked it. Thank you so much for your support. Now, check this guy out. This thing is pretty stinking cool. He has a pond Prowler with a lighting system all the way around. Now, I'm about to show you what it's going to look like, but this is overall a pretty simple build. He's got a kayak track, it looks like, on the gunnels of this boat with a cup holder. So you could fit all sorts of stuff. You could mount a graph up there. I have actually never seen a kayak track system able to fit on this gunnel. I'm not going to lie, now that I've zoomed in on this photo, this is the first time I've actually realized that. That looks really stinking good. I'm very, very impressed with that mod right there. I actually really want to do that on mine. Anyway, but let me show you what it looks like. He's got some of that EVA foam decking that I put on my John boat right there. And he also has, I have this exact cup holder from Kimimoto. I never thought about putting it there. I actually removed it from my boat because I wasn't sure where to fit it. But check this out. We don't see a whole lot of lighting setups in this group, but this guy has got it down. Look at that. Just shines real green. I mean, you're going to be hard to miss. He's got more kayak mods. Look, he's got the Yak Attack. I don't remember what it's called. I've got one sitting behind me for my kayak fleet, but they got the tackle boxes right there. Look at this. What a cool setup. But I just wanted to show this one real quick as we don't get a whole lot of lighting builds on this channel. That's pretty cool. Okay, next was a boat posted by iTalk. And this is going, I believe this is not the Pond Prowler. I do believe this is the new Dolphin American 12 and their new color. It's not black and white. It's like a cream and dark green. It's basically a ripoff of the Pond Prowler. And this is actually the boat that I tried to buy, but Tractor Supply mismarked it on their website. I ended up having to get the other one, but still really cool. Now, there's a couple interesting things with this boat. First of all, the interior color looks awesome. They've got the fish ruler I've got, and they have the same EVA decking in a different color, also running horizontally with the boat. But they also have foam all along the edges here, which I'm very curious why they spent the time and felt the need to do that. Obviously, there's probably some function with it. I would love to know what that is. Looks pretty cool, but this is the first time I've seen anybody do that sort of mod. Now, you may think that this was the factory rod holder, but it is in fact not. The factory rod holder is up here, and as you guys know, they are pretty worthless. He's got his horn in there right now. But this is pretty cool. Holds a fishing rod. The butt goes right into that little pocket right there. And you've got a spot for scissors. I would love that for some pliers. Really like this build. And you also have a storage net, which I've actually thought about doing, but I never did. But there's also a video here with it. Look at that. Oh, it's a net. It's not a pole. So it holds the net. That's pretty cool. And also looks like his is new enough that it came with the trolling motor plug on the bow. Mine did not come with a trolling motor plug on the bow. But we've got a lot going on. Moral of the story, I'm a big fan. And it looks like he's actually got his emergency paddle mounted on the top of the gunnels, which I've never seen before. Super cool build. Really like it and totally different. Okay, so next up is a boat by Sushi to Raw. There is a lot going on here. Okay, first of all, this is the new model of the Prowler 10. And this looks really good. First thing they did is they upgraded the factory seat, but you'll notice that there is what looks like a bag here. Now, there was a separate post. I'm not sure if you saw it in the group or not, but this is actually a speaker that perfectly mounts to the seat post of the seat. Now, I'm going to try to find the link and link it in the description. As you guys know, when there's mods I really like, I try to find them for you. Last week, I couldn't find any of the mods that I wanted to find, but I'm going to try again. But that is actually a speaker. So if you want a sound system on your boat that sounds good but doesn't take up any space, this is an awesome solution. Looks like he has a battery box that I've never seen. This is a totally different battery box. It's not a Minn Kota. It's not a Newport. Looks like hooked up to his Minn Kota tiller handle. Overall, this is a really cool boat. I'm not sure if the bottom is foam or not. I don't think it's plywood. As you can see, it looks a little bit floppy around the edges. I don't know if maybe it's just straight carpet. Maybe it's plywood. I don't know. But they have looks like a custom logo in here, which I think is absolutely awesome. We've got even more going on. You have an anchor lock system mount permanently fixed right above the transom starboard side cleats. So you have, and these actually swivel. So you can pop it up, spin it around, and go ahead and toss your anchor, a quick release system. I actually had one of these and returned it because I couldn't find a good spot for it. Ideally, you do not want to ever anchor your boat off of the transom because that is where the weight of you, your battery, and your motor is. So if a big wave comes and you're anchored down, you could definitely take on water. But with these boats, it's not a huge deal. And I did it for shallow water anchors when I was, in a couple foot of water, but you're not going to have really much issues in there. But for the most part, I'd say fine. This is a good placement for this boat, depending on the conditions. But you don't take these boats out on bad conditions anyway. Can't really tell, but looks like he's got a GoPro mount up in there. I don't know what kind of fish finder this is, but you've got one of those fancy boxes for it, which is super cool. But we've got more angles here. Overall, I really like it. I like this color of EVA foam. Again, this is the same EVA foam that I have on my Sun Dolphin American 12, just in the gray color. That is a GoPro mount. And I'm not sure what these big straps are, but overall, I really like it. There's a lot going on, but sometimes that's just what it takes to get the boat build exactly how you want it. Okay, so it looks like it's a Lowrance. I don't have any of those fish finders. All mine are Garmin. And yeah, overall, this is a super cool boat. You've even got the stickers. And this is the definition of customizing it how you like. The key takeaways is the flooring, which I think is really cool, but also the speaker system. This was the main reason that I wanted to include this boat in today's episode because it's different. There's a totally different mod I never even knew existed. And I just think it's actually really stinking cool. Also, he has what looks like a suction cup phone mount. I've never been able to actually make mine work. I've tried that. I still have a couple of them, but I could never make it work. Anyway, this is a killer 10-foot pond prowler build. Huge fan of it. Oh, let's not forget the transducer mount here. So it looks like he can stow it whenever he needs to. See, I've got mine mounted on the foot of my trolling motor, and it causes some issues sometimes. But this is a really cool system right here. A big fan of that. Looks like it's on a little kayak track. And looks like if you've got multiple boats, you can actually transfer this whole setup from boat to boat, which is how my trolling motor and fish finder setup is built. So I like to see that. Not sure what that black thing is. Okay, so Jason posted this boat, and he said this is a build for his daughter, and he's wondering how long before he wants to build a bigger one, and he's about to get into the seats and wiring. Okay, I think this is so cool. This is a 10-foot aluminum John boat. I don't know what he did to it. I don't know if he cut the benches out. I don't know if he welded his own casting deck. Where did you find this boat? Was it custom? Because I want it. How cool is this? You have a casting deck built onto a 10-foot flat bottom. This is so cool. You've got rod holders that run along the side of the gunnels under the casting deck. This looks like storage in a place to maybe keep a battery. or maybe extra fuel. But what's cool is these little square things are actually seat post mount, so you can put seat risers and you can put any seat you want in these. So that is unbelievable. You've got the cleats installed, and it's almost flush to the edge. You could probably put a bow mount foot control trolling motor with spot lock on here. That would be nuts on a 10-foot John boat and even an outboard. I just think this is super, super different. I mean, that's why I love this build. It is just totally different. I've never seen a boat like this. I'm dying to know. Look at that. This, I think he maybe made this custom. I mean, come on, look at this. What is this? I want to fish out of that. I need to make a video with that boat. Daggum. But this boat, I'm obsessed with it. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I love it. I just feel like there's so much potential. He is not done with it. And if I had this blank canvas right now, it would be the coolest little 10-foot boat on the planet, and I'm sure he has great plans with it. I just wanted to mention that. Yeah, he got a lot of engagement with it. Seats and wiring, man. Just please keep us updated. This is absolutely awesome. Love this boat. All right, last up, we have another 10-foot aluminum boat. We have so many creative 10-foot aluminum boat owners, and this looks like a restored 98. So this is a 1042, and look at this build. Another 10-foot boat with a casting deck. Look at that. I don't know what people's obsession is with tiny 10-foot aluminum boats and putting giant casting decks on them, but I am absolutely here for it. So this obviously looks like another custom build. Maybe he welded it himself. I assume that this is going to be some sort of transom light. But look at that. This is pretty cool. I would love more updates on it. I'm curious in this photo what you are using to power it. I assume you're just using a trolling motor, but a 10-foot aluminum boat, I mean, with a trolling motor, you're going to move pretty freaking quick through the water. But I just wanted to show this real quick. A lot of cool 10-foot aluminums. That is the theme of today's video. Huge fan of it. Looks like you've actually installed a place to put in some wiring later down the road when you decide to do that. But one thing I've noticed is it doesn't look like it has any storage hatches, which would be a major missed opportunity. But you've obviously got some stuff in there because you've got batteries and wiring to power your lights. So I'd love some more details on this. And it looks like you've probably got something going on under that bench as well with all of these lights. What a cool build. I mean, before I started doing this series and really diving into all of the boats that have been posted, we had one boat sneak in last second, and what do you know? It is the best for last. You guys know I like to save the best for last. Look at this thing. So this is a 16-foot G-New. Now, a lot of these are small outboards, and you control them with a tiller handle, so tiller outboards. But this is a center console. This is one of the high-end, more expensive G-News. I mean, this is literally, basically a micro skiff. And this boat is super cool. So it looks like this is the extra wide version. You have a total of 3 seats, rod holders, and a cooler on the transom. You have a bow mount motor guide trolling motor with what I assume spot lock. So I don't think this is a 3-man boat regardless of 3 seats. This is probably a pretty comfortable 1-man boat or a pretty comfortable 2-man boat. But look at this skinny water rig. I actually really want one of these. I think they are so cool. And on top of that, they are fellow redfish fishermen. This is probably my favorite fish. I don't know if I like a single fish more than I like redfish. And yeah, that is absolutely awesome. I love this boat. Looks like you've got some sort of Garmin there. Not sure what kind, but nice haul, man. I believe you said you are from Louisiana here. Yeah, Louisiana, tearing the Reds up. Not a whole lot to say about it, just because it's a clean, simple build. Looks like they got some of that EVA foam there on the decking. I don't know how much of this is custom. I don't know how much came factory. I don't know a ton about these G-News, but I am a huge fan. Anyway, guys, hit like, subscribe, send your boat in the Tiny Boat Facebook group. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.